So today in this class, we are going to discuss on one more lab program 13 called as write a program to perform push items into a stack. So what is a stack then? So the program is on the based on stack. The program is write a program to perform a push item into the stack. So what is a stack then? A stack is the a stack is called as last in first out operation, which means that whatever item, which means that which means that whatever item you are going to insert to the stack, it will take from the last in item and the last in item and the first out. Whatever items you are going to enter, say for the example 12, 34, 56, 86, 89, 80 and 90. So here the last item which we have is 12. So 12, if the element the last element which you have deleted or inserted into a stack will be removed first. That is called as last in first out operation. A stack is a linear data structure in which the data where the data which you have entered last will be exited first. That is called a stack. Okay, the stack is called as LIFO, last in first out operation. Last in first out operation. Okay. Here we have some of the operations which are performed using a stack. Then so let us check on what is stack and what are different operations which are performed with the help of a stack. We always say a stack as an ordered collection of an item where the new element is added. New element is added from the last and the element which is deleted is also from the last itself. So last in first out operation. It is like a drum of water. Why means the drum which is in a, whenever we say a drum will be in a shape of a square or a rectangle, right? In a shape of square like this. Okay. So what happens here when a water is been inserted, it will be done with the help like this. Okay, when a water is being inserted, the water will be inserted like this, right? Even when you are going to remove the water, when you take out the water, you are not going for down and nth part. You are going to remove the water from here itself, right? You are going to remove the water from here from the last part itself, which means that the data, which means that the data which you enter will be removed at the last. First data we are going to remove the first data at the last time, and last data will be removed at the first part itself. That is what we call a stack. So when we use a stack, here we have different kinds of operation which is performed in a stack. First operation, first operation which is performed in a stack is the first operation which is performed in a stack is stack. Why a stack is being used? A stack is being used here to a stack is being used to create a new element. To create the new element. Create a new element in the create a new element, okay, in a linked list. In a list. Next operation is push. The push is used to add the element to the list. So whenever we are going to add an element in a stack, whenever we are going to add an element, we are going to use a concept called top. We are going to use a concept called as top. What is top then? A top is the first part. Here when we say a top, here when we say a top, here when we say a top will be the starting point. A top will be the starting point of the stack. This will be the starting point of the stack. This part we call top of the stack. For top of the stack, from where stack, from where the element is inserted. Always when you are going to enter the stack, enter a element in the stack. When you are going to enter an element in a stack, it will check that the stack has the stack has the top equals to -1. Whenever the top is equals to -1, only then we can say that your stack is empty. So when a stack is empty, only then you can enter the element into the stack. Element into stack. So when you can enter a data into stack, when your top, starting your top will be here. Your top will be out here, which means that your, if I say a top is here, then your top is equals to -1, which means that your top is equals to -1. So once you are going to enter an element like 12, that time what happens? Your top increments and top moves to the next position. Your top increments and your top moves to the next position. Like here. Your top will be in this position, which means that your top previously was -1. Now -1. Now your top is equals to -1 plus 1, and top is equal to 0. When top is equal to 0, then it means that first your top, first your if top is -1, first your top will be incremented to 0. It will, top will made 0. Then your data will be inserted. Then top becomes 1. Then your data you are going to enter like 23. Means it is going to come from here itself, from this part itself. This is going to come from the data will be coming from this part itself. Data will going to come from this part itself. Okay. So whatever the data you are going to enter, you are going to enter the data from here, and you're going to remove the data. Also, you're going to remove the data from here itself. Remove the data from here itself. You are going to enter the data from here, and you are going to remove the data out from here itself. Same way, after increments again, a top will be incremented. Top now, previously top was 1. Now your top gets incremented. So top will be here. Then your top increments to 2. Then your element will be inserted like 34. Again, your top gets incremented. Top becomes previously 2. Now top becomes 3. Okay. Your top increments, top is equals to 3, and your data will be entered like 45. Again, your top gets incremented. Previously top was 3. Now your top will be 4, and your data will be entered like this 45. Okay. Again, your top gets incremented and top becomes is equals to, okay. So your top is equals to 5. Then your data will be entered called as 75. When your top reaches maximum, then we call when okay, when the top is equals to max, which means that your stack is full, which means that your stack is full, and you can't cannot enter the element to the list. You can't enter the element to the list. This is how your push operation is performed. When till where your push operation will be performed, your push operation will be performed until your top reaches max. Once your top reaches max in ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, what we say once the top reaches max in ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, if for example your n is equals to 5, okay, and your top is also 5, then we say the stack is full. Then we say the stack is full, means top is 5 double equals to 5. If you reach this, then the stack is full. If you reach here, then we say that our stack is full. Okay, so this is how a push operation is performed. So what is a push operation? A push operation is used to add a new item to the top of the stack. Add a new item to the top of the stack. Add a new item to the top of the stack. It needs to add an item and returns nothing. What does it do? It requires one item. Like how our data have been added means we are going to say as push of item. Andre, it requires an item. It requires the parameter, but it will not return the element. It requires a parameter, but it will not return an element. That is called as a push of this type. So here in this program also we are going to concentrate on pushing a element, means adding a element to a list. What we are going to do, we are going to add an element to the list. So how we are going to add an element to the list? As if you know all the same thing, same as include iostream.h, conio.h, std a library, and iomanip is a linked list. Here what we are going to do, say we are going to do here is, here we are going to define the size of the stack. We are going to define the size of the stack. And define the size of the stack. That your stack, that your stack can add up to the max level. Up to the max level. So hash define. Hash define means it is going to say what you are going to define. That your max, the name max has a value of 5. The name max has a value of 5. This is also a linker. This is also a linker section itself. Okay. So here what we are going to link, we are going to link the predefined files. So here the user itself says that the defined max is equals to 5. Then we are going to start a class called as stack. Define a class called as stack. Okay. Here what we are going to do, we are going to create the class followed by the class name. You're going to define a class followed by class name, as you do the same in your previous sections. Okay. Here what we are going to do, here private class max class int a, we are going to define data members. Remember, we have created an array. We have created an array. So here what we are going to do, we are here first, what we have created a class and we have created a member functions called as int max dot top. Okay, that are the member functions. Here we have defined a array of array of stack. Okay, which has the name of the array is the name of the array is A, and the size is max. Students, here you are going to do a mistake that you just write a max, but you are not going to define here. Where is max is been given here is the max is been inserted in the part called as define section. So in a define section, you are going to enter the size of the size of a stack. And what you are going to do, you're going to say that A of max and A of the size, which means that you are going to say that A of 5, which means you are going to say that A of 5. Okay, then your top. The top is the part where you are going to enter the data. So you are going to define, you are going to insert the top also in a private section, or we are define declare a data types called as A of max and top. After that, public stack top minus 1. Here we are going to create a constructor and we are going to say that always when a program starts, your top your top is equals to -1. Okay, after this we are going to say that void push item and void display. We are going to push our data. We are going to create the program is we need to push our data, means we are going to perform a one operation in Stack called as push operation, so that we as I already showed you, whenever you are going to push your data, whenever you are going to push your data, the push data requires an item. A push data requires the item, the parameters, but not a return element. Now ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೇಟಾನ push ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ try ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ, but we are not going to take any values of that push element. Okay, and we are going to display whatever data we have pushed inside a stack, and we are going to finish that. This is the class of the stack. So this is the class of a stack. Okay, so hope you understood this.